This week, a man is kidnapped and tortured for weeks in SoHo. Plus, a mother is robbed and beaten while biking home from work. And
Penny's attack could have been prevented.
New revelations in an Upper West Side dog attack. Right now, Fox 5's Crime in the City. For our first story this week, we begin in SoHo. That's where prosecutors say a 28-year-old man visiting from Italy was lured into an 8-bedroom townhouse by 2 men who wanted his Bitcoin password. What followed was weeks of torture in one of the most expensive neighborhoods in all of New York City.
Meanwhile, some new video from TMZ tonight showing one of the suspects in the crypto torture case partying at a New York City club.
This says a court appearance for the other suspect is moved to tomorrow. Arthur Sheehan is at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan with the tail of the tape. Hey, Arthur.
Bianca, Natasha, how are you guys? Let's begin with the court case. It was a complicated appearance here at the criminal courthouse today in this cryptocurrency torture case. Lawyers argued over a few things, including the timeline of the arrest, what the defendant was going to wear in court, whether he could change out of his orange jumpsuit and be given a suit to wear instead. All the while, the judge was pressing prosecutors to move this case forward. Now, because of all these things that are unanswered, this case will appear back in the same courtroom tomorrow morning. Now, yesterday, 32-year-old William Duplessis, who is the second cryptocurrency investor and a suspect in this case, surrendered himself to police for the torture of an Italian tourist in an upscale townhouse in Soho on Prince Street. Now, the torture is alleged to have lasted 3 weeks, where police say the victim was savagely beaten, drugged, shocked with electrical wires, while the alleged kidnappers also threatened to kill him, all to try to get his password to his Bitcoin holdings. Now, the victim managed to escape on Friday, and the very next day, police arrested 37-year-old John Woltz, first arrested in a bathrobe. Now TMZ has published a report with video like this one with multiple pictures detailing how the crypto investor William Duplessis partied, quote, like there was no tomorrow. TMZ saying their sources are telling them Duplessis frequented the exclusive nightclub here in New York called The Box. The Box is on Christie Street on the Lower East Side, considered very exclusive for a really long time now, while featuring performances that combine erotica and burlesque. Now, the TMZ article states the 2 suspects in this case were regulars there, sometimes going night after night, in some cases spending, they say, up to $100,000 a night to party there, and also paying promoters allegedly to bring models back to their Soho townhouse. Now, there are pictures of Duplessis partying shirtless with a girl that you saw there on his shoulders, also posing for a camera while giving his middle finger. As for where the case stands now for his co-defendant, after making several arguments in court today, his lawyer had fewer words when it came to reporters.
The record speaks for itself. I don't really have any comment beyond what was said.
So your client was not the ringleader? Is that what you're saying?
I have no comment about the case.
Undoubtedly, who is the ringleader is a question that prosecutors are asking as well. As for why this case appears to be delayed, we talked to a source. He pointed out the first arrest in this case was made on a Saturday of a 3-day holiday weekend, and Monday was the holiday itself. So our source says not unusual, but the judge indicated that if this case isn't ready to proceed by tomorrow morning, he won't be a very happy judge.
We now head to Randall's Island, where a mother was robbed and beaten within inches of her life while biking home from work.
We're going to start off with some breaking news in that vicious attack, though, that shook much of the city. The victim, a mother of 2, was found near death along a bike path at Randall's Island as she fights for her life. Police are telling us the man behind that attack is now in their custody. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live at the 25th Precinct in East Harlem with the very latest. Linda, heartbreaking to see this woman's daughter speak about not recognizing her mom as she was beat that badly.
Yeah, that's right. That's what she had told our colleague Arthur Sheehan earlier this week, and she broke down when she was talking to him just about how bad of shape her mom is in. Now, the suspect we're talking about here is 30-year-old Miguel Gerard. By the way, he was on parole for first-degree rape. Now, in this case, he is charged with attempted murder. Go ahead, take a look at this video here. This is the suspect. Police now have him in custody, and he was taken to the 25th Precinct in Harlem. Now, the NYPD says that Gerard viciously attacked 44-year-old single mom Diana Agudelo while she was riding her bike home from work. He beat her so badly, they say, that she remains in a coma this morning. Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch saying just a short time ago that the woman is fighting for her life. Now, this attack happened on Friday night on Randall's Island. She was attacked. Police say the suspect wanted her bike It was a brand new bike. It was an e-bike that her family had gotten for her. The mother of the two children in college had worked at the Museum of the City of New York as a janitor. That's where she was working. And her children say that she would bike to and from work to save money so she could put them through college. Well, when they walked the suspect out of the 2-5 precinct just a few minutes ago, I asked him if he had anything to say about the attack. He said he did not do it.
Do you have anything to say about beating that single mother? You have anything?
I found her. That's what I have to say. I found her.
You found her. You didn't beat her?
No, I did not. You see my hands? My hands are perfect. I found her. I was the one that found her. Stood there for an hour. Went to work late.
And you were on parole. You were on parole for first-degree rape.
And I have not done nothing wrong since I've been home. Not a violation, not a traffic stop, not a hop in the turnstile.
And again, police identifying that suspect as 30-year-old Miguel Gerard from East Harlem. He is now in custody, and he has now been charged with attempted murder.
Over on the west side, 2 pit bulls attacked a Chihuahua. Before that attack, the owner of the pit bulls was ordered by the city to have his dogs walked separately and muzzled.
Michelle Ross talked to the owner of the Chihuahua, who says the attack could have been prevented if action had been taken.
Small but mighty, Penny the Chihuahua is healing nearly a month after the 10-year-old dog was viciously attacked by 2 pit bulls on the Upper West Side.
She's doing really, really well. She's got her stitches are out. You could see. And she's just got a sore point right there.
As Penny recovers, her owner, Lauren Claus, continues fighting a legal battle to hold the owner of the pit bulls, Joseph Columbus, accountable. His same 2 pit bulls attacked and killed another small dog in January in Central Park. After that, the city issued this letter obtained by Claus's lawyers, which was issued by the city's Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. At that time, Columbus was supposed to comply and agree to the following. Both his dogs cannot be walked at the same time. And Columbus, quote, shall muzzle with a basket-type muzzle whenever Champagne and Second Dog are in a public space. Both orders clearly not complied with in this video. The letter also states that the punishment for noncompliance is a misdemeanor subject to civil and/or criminal penalties, including forfeitures, fines, and imprisonment. But again, a month after this letter, Penny was attacked.
This all could have been prevented. Penny's attack could have been prevented. Goodness knows how many orders that are of people that are in violation of their dangerous dog order are out there that are not being prosecuted on.
Claus questions the district attorney's action on this and wonders the point of these laws if they're not enforced in time or at all. While she continues to fight for her beloved dog, she's grateful for Penny's recovery.
She can jump and she's happy. She's back to her own personality, and she's actually not seemingly scared of anything at all. They don't see any psychological effects right now, which is really awesome.
A Change.org petition has 27,000 signatures, and it's not just to put pressure on the Manhattan DA, but to also bring change in Albany, making it possible to press criminal charges on a dog-on-dog attack.
And all throughout the city, there is a new effort to help bodega owners and workers protect themselves and their customers. We head to the Bronx to talk to a bodega owner about this new initiative.
Bodegas are, of course, a staple of New York City neighborhoods and the Big Apple's economy, but they are also vulnerable to violence. Well, now there's a new effort underway to help bodega owners and workers protect themselves and their customers.
As Fox 5's Kendall Green shows us, it all involves de-escalation role-playing.
Jabbar Amantaser tends to stay busy at work at his bodega in the Bronx, but not too busy to see the violence, sometimes deadly, troubling bodegas in the headlines, which he admits raises questions.
What did he say that had him killed, murdered, or sent to the hospital?
Welcome to my training, by the way.
But over the weekend, he attended a session of Trained, Not Armed, part of Mayor Adams' $1.6 million initiative aimed at improving security for the small businesses.
They were just telling about us how to de-escalate situations and how to keep people from not overreacting.
No, and I'm not going to pay for it.
Oh, how do we de-escalate this right here? Let's see.
Aaron Jones, the co-founder of Community Changing Funds, leads the sessions, coaching bodega workers through different tense scenarios. The trainings are supposed to help bodega owners break language and cultural barriers to ease tension.
Because you'll be working like how you're working right now. Let's try a few things like, like saying hello to the customers that come in because you ain't even said hi yet.
The Yemeni American Merchant Association, which is working with City Hall on the initiative, sent Fox 5 a statement in part saying, quote, immigrant-owned stores, especially Arab, Latino, and Muslim businesses, deserve to feel safe and supported. This training is about dignity, trust, and building safer communities together. Jabbar tells us he hasn't had any newsworthy incidents in his store, fortunately, but should that happen after this weekend's training, he says he has a few more tools in the toolbox that he will recommend to other bodega owners.
Rather than to having called the police, I'd rather handle it to, man to man or person to person.
But Almontaser does question when this training will get extended to those actually fueling the tension.
Why not on the community side? Why not, make an event for the community on how to, not be too harsh or aggressive to business, small businesses.
And finally, we end in Lower Manhattan, where the sex trafficking and racketeering trial of Sean Diddy Combs continues after a judge denied a mistrial request from Diddy's lawyers, who accused prosecutors of suggesting the music mogul destroyed evidence.
Deontay Nash, a celebrity stylist who was friends with Cassie Ventura, is going to continue testifying today. After that, prosecutors are expected to call a woman using the pseudonym Mia to the stand, who claims that she was sexually assaulted when she was working as a former assistant for Diddy. But to backtrack for a moment, the day began yesterday with testimony from first responders regarding two key incidents emerging as major focal points in the trial, including the alleged break-in at rapper Kid Cudi's home and a firebombing of his convertible. A Los Angeles police officer said he responded to a radio call for a possible burglary. When he arrived, the door was unlocked and there were a number of luxury items in plain sight, but Cudi didn't report any sign of a gun or anything stolen. The cop did, however, say he saw a car near Cudi's house on the day of the break-in that was registered to Diddy's production company. Meanwhile, an arson investigator testified that he investigated the damage to Cudi's car in January of 2012, which he said appeared to be targeted. The fire official added that the damage was nowhere near the extent of what he usually sees from a Molotov cocktail, which was found on the driver's side of the vehicle. Defense lawyers moved for a mistrial after they accused prosecutors of trying to suggest the music mogul had destroyed evidence. A judge denied that request, but asked jurors to disregard that part of the investigator's testimony. Much of the afternoon was devoted to Diddy's longtime personal stylist, Deontay Nash, who became close friends with Cassie. He testified about seeing Combs beat Cassie and said the disgraced music mogul was also physically aggressive with him. He claims to have seen bruises on Cassie's body, mentioning that he once jumped on Diddy's back to pull him off Cassie. Yesterday, Cassie and her husband, Alex Fine, welcomed their third child, a baby boy, after almost 2 weeks after her emotional 4-day testimony. Criminal defense lawyer Jeremy Saland, who is not associated with this trial, weighed in on how prosecutors may be trying to prove their case.
You have to look at Cassie because she's the one who says, about the being forced and the coercion and the abuse that in and of itself may not be the crime, but builds up to the structure and the force, coercion, and fraud for the trafficking.
Defense attorneys once again complained to the judge about not having enough time to discuss the trial with Diddy due to restrictions at the Metropolitan Detention Center where he is currently being held. They asked the judge to issue an order giving them a courtroom area that they can sit in until 10 o'clock at night on days that the trial is being held. The judge said he's going to look into that and see what he can do.
That's this week's Crime in the City. Subscribe for more at youtube.com/Fox5NY.